It was super exciting to have Major Nelson come down to the show. Anytime we have an international guest to come down and interact with the local community is exceptionally exciting.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what he's going to talk about. There's so much that Larry could talk about, like in his career and like broadcasting and games and everything. Like, I don't know how he's going to narrow it down. Yeah, I mean, we've always had a keynote. It eventually became Storytime. It's essentially an opportunity for someone in the industry, you know, connected with the industry to talk about their experiences in it.
It's very much about them giving a story, and whether that be something about their personal life or how to get into the industry, or maybe talking about the games they're doing. It's not a chance for them to do promotion as much as it is to share something about themselves and about their lives, and that creates a very special tone to start the show.
For Larry, you know, Larry's in an interesting position because, you know, they could have hired anybody to be like a spokesperson or a PR person, right? But people respond to Larry. Like, he loves games, and you can tell. And he's very, very good at it. I'm excited to see what his story time is about.
Major Nelson is a very well-known personality and celebrity within the gaming industry, and the insights that he actually gave during his Storytime keynote were really, really good and very helpful for anyone that's interested to get into the industry as well.
Please welcome to the stage, the man, the myth, the legend, Xbox's Major Nelson.
Holy cow. Hey, PAX!
Yeah, I was invited down to do the Storytime, which is the keynote at PAX Australia, and it was a lot of fun. I think the keynote is an important ritual because it sets the tone and it allows people that maybe don't have a normal platform to talk directly to the audience, but kind of just, it's the opening shot for PAX. Yeah, the idea was, I get asked a lot, how do I get your job? So I wanted to kind of give folks that aren't in the industry kind of a, hey, here's how I got here, and maybe you can, you know, take a couple things away from this to learn, you know, and apply it to your own job and career.
Number one question I get is, how do I get your job? You get to fly all over the world, you get to talk about video games, you get to work at Xbox. Now, for those of you who
I don't work on games, I work on the platform, and the platforms all sit on top of the games. And I wanted to talk about what I've learned working for a Fortune 500 company for Microsoft. What have I learned working in the entertainment industry for so long? What did I learn about video games, and how can what I've learned, and please take this information and use it or not use it, but here's how it worked for me.
Frankly, whatever industry you're in. So I want to talk about how I got from there to here. So I first started in radio. Now, radio it's essentially a dying breed, and I'll talk about how I made the jump in a second. But radio broadcasting was huge. I went to school at Syracuse University in the States for broadcasting. So the key is never say no, that's not my job. And that's the number one thing. In radio, I learned to do every part of the business. I talked about being on the air, I sold advertising. I did contractual writers for visiting artists. No one is gonna tell you what to do, just do it. You should never say, that's not my job, I don't know. Be the first person to say, yep, got it. When you're in class, or when you're asked to participate in something. You don't know what's gonna happen. What's the worst you can do? You fail, who cares? You're gonna figure it out, but you're gonna learn. That's the most important thing.
The internet has a long memory, so I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna answer questions. Look, you gotta be honest. The audience, I mean, I've been on the internet for a long time, and I've been on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot forever, and on my blog. Just be honest with the audience. I respect the audience, I want them to respect me.
Do you mind if I do a selfie? All right, there we go. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna put this out right after. 1, 2, let's wave. Everybody wave. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'll be around all weekend. Have a great PAX, everybody. Bye-bye.
Really early, but you committed to the bit really early. Yeah. The panel starts in a half hour. Yeah. Have fun. Yeah. Can you see? Are you